Quick video today. I'm going to tell you about the one thing that has kept me sane during this crazy pandemic travel season. First off, before I get into the video, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please make sure you subscribe. My channel is all about travel, how to upgrade your travel by using points and miles and not spending extra money, and just the elevated travel experience. Today's video, again, is about the one thing that has kept me sane during this pandemic travel season. And that one thing has been my points and miles balance. So let me back up to March of 2020. I had plans to go to Switzerland and go skiing for the first time. And of course, March of 2020, everything just went crazy. We were actually going to leave March 20th of 2020, and we were just kind of waiting, seeing what was happening with coronavirus. And then I kind of knew that we weren't going to be able to go. So it was during that crazy time where the call hold times were hours upon hours, but I was able to cancel our tickets, unfortunately. And at that point, I said, oh, of course, by October, everything will be fine. So I found a flight because we were going to go to Switzerland. So I found a flight to Chile and then to Buenos Aires and then back to Atlanta. So instead of going to Europe, we were going to go to South America, and it was almost the exact same price. And so I didn't have to worry about credits. Everything just transferred from one flight to the next. Of course, October 2020, things were still crazy, so we did not go to South America. But instead of getting money back, we got a travel credit, which was fine because we had already decided we were going to pay for, we had already paid for our flights and everything in March, but it took a long time to use that travel credit. So things started opening back up. We started traveling a little bit, and little by little, we were able to use that travel credit. There was one flight that we were going to take from Chile to Buenos Aires that it took a whole lot of craziness to try to get a refund for that flight, but that's a different story. After that, I was a little hesitant to travel, for obvious reasons. And so I started booking my flights and hotel stays with my points and miles instead of money, because I didn't want to be out that money just in case I had to change my travel and then have to get another certificate that's going to take a while. It was just the fact that I'm paying for something that might not happen, or, if I happen to get COVID and I'd have to cancel the trip, or if something kind of crazy came up, I just thought, let me just use this bank of points and miles that I have to be on the safe side. And let me tell you, that was the best decision that I've ever made. So I had a flight to Dallas that I was supposed to take, and that was right before things started going crazy with the Delta variant. And that one, I had my points, Delta Sky Miles, that I was going to use to fly to Dallas, and then Hilton Honors points that I was going to use for the hotel. So I didn't have any out-of-pocket expenses. I ended up canceling that flight maybe the weekend before, and it was fine. My Sky Miles and my hotel points were deposited back into my account. Then I changed it to go to New Orleans. And that's right after the hurricane had hit New Orleans. And so I had to change that one too. But again, there wasn't money. I didn't have to worry about my bank account. It was all points and miles. So finally, we were able to use it to go to St. Louis. And so we transferred all there, and we're able to go to St. Louis wonderfully. The same with my trip to Florida. That one was all on points, Delta Sky Miles, actually, to get there. And then I stayed with family while we were there. So again, I didn't have to change that one, but had I needed to, I didn't have to worry about getting a credit and then trying to reuse the credit. It was just all my Delta Sky Miles that would be put back into my balance. And lastly, I have a trip coming up pretty soon to Costa Rica that I used all Delta Sky Miles and Hilton Honors points for. And That one, hopefully it still goes as far as I know right now, it's still on. But I did just read now that Costa Rica is requiring that that you're showing proof of vaccination to get into hotels and bars and museums. And Two Straws and I have both been vaccinated, which is fine. But, if we hadn't or couldn't or whatever, I'd have to change that trip. And I still might have to. Hopefully I don't. But the fact, again, that it's not any money out of my pocket, I'm not hoping for travel credits that I'm then going to have to try to use later. This is just using that points and miles bank that I had. And I guess one trade-off is that I was trying to bank some points and miles for a pretty epic adventure that I'm still going to take. It's just going to take a while to get those, to restock those points and miles. But, it's okay, because you just kind of have to roll with life and roll with the punches. And given the security, maybe not the security, the peace of mind that I had by using my points and miles instead of having to pay for things was definitely worth it. So that is the one thing that has just kept me sane with traveling during this pandemic season. If you have one tip or trick that has kept you sane, make sure you comment below. I would love to hear other people's opinions and things that they've done. If you haven't, make sure you subscribe to my channel, please and thank you. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye.